Now, out of all the pastry dishes, I couldn't go any further with my cooking without showing you this turnover. What I want to make today is a bacon and cheese turnover with the items from the fridge. A good quality sharp cheddar and bacon, and it has to be smoky bacon. Nice and easy. We've got 500 grams of puff pastry, which onto a floured surface. Spread it out quite a bit because we're going to pin it out to about roughly 14 inch by about 10 inch. Again with a rolling pin. And keep moving as well. Keep moving and flouring. Just the light dusting. Something satisfying about rolling puff pastry. We've discussed in the past all the layers on here, and something quite special when you see it rising in the oven. See, minimum flour. We don't have to cover the whole bench in flour. Just a little goes a long way when it comes to pastry. So we've got about you see all the little tiny air bubbles in the layers. Again, these curves can be easily just taken out. Wouldn't worry too much about them just now. So we'll trim the edges anyway. Okay, so we've got about 14 by about 10 inch, and it's nice. Same thickness all round. So we'll just trim. And bearing in mind, I don't want to press down too hard on the worktop with a sharp knife, because we'll end up in trouble. It's roughly the same. There we have it. So those are 500 grams of pastry. Now I'm going to divide this into 8 even pieces. So we just mark first, roughly in half. 1, 2, 4, and again in half again before we start any cutting, so we get nice even sections. So just nice and light through the pastry. There we have it. 8 sections. Then we'll take our tray, which I've just lined, and we'll take each. First of all, going in with our bacon. We'll just tuck in the little edge there. Give it a wee stretch so it covers the whole bit of pastry, and repeat. You could use streaky bacon, or if you don't like, if you're not keen on smoked bacon, just use normal bacon. Or if it's going to stretch your imaginations, I suppose, tin of spam, corned beef. You could literally make whatever you wanted, really, whatever you have in the fridge or the cupboards. Now for our cheese, I've been rather generous with the cheese. I've got it about 5 ml thickness, so we're not skimping on our ingredients. If you didn't have smoked bacon, you had smoked cheese, use smoked cheese. If you wanted to put some onions in there as well, you could do. Just fry them up first, get them nice and caramelized. Out. Again, our egg wash, which is just one egg yolk, let down with a small splash of water. Okay, so we'll take our pastry and we're going to just roll gently and then over to the other side. So we've got almost like a diamond shape. Now to seal that, we'll take a little of our egg yolk and just seal. Give it a wee press down. So we've got an open partial. Onto our tray. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tray 4 of them, and the rest, once I've folded them over, I'm going to freeze the rest as they are so I can cook them at a later date. So we'll freeze them down, over again, give it a little squeeze. We want to space them just fairly apart on the tray. So them 4 will reserve for freezing. Then we'll just again glaze with our remainder egg. Be generous with it. Again, just the egg yolk with a small splash of water just will give us this lovely, almost oak sheen to the pastry once it's cooked. I never understood where the idea of throwing a bit of milk into the egg came from. I mean, I suppose if you didn't have any eggs, you could still brush them with a bit of milk. It'll give you a wee bit of colour. So there we have it. Now in a preheated oven at 200 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes to get them nice and cooked and golden. So here are my smoky bacon and cheese turnovers. Somewhat dainty but hearty looking at the same time, if that even makes sense. Another simple way of using a puff pastry, and again a delight to turn puff pastry or any form of pastry into something delicious and comforting as these turnovers. Give it a whirl today, try your own fillings and enjoy.